Welcome everyone to the broadcast. How's it going tonight? Welcome everybody. It is this Tuesday. One more night of Final Fantasy XIV. Hope you're all having a fantastic night so far. And a great 4th of July week. Coming up on Independence Day in just a couple days. That's exciting. Hope everyone has great plans for the big weekend. I think there's some drops going on for Final Fantasy XIV. I need to verify that before we actually get started for the night so I can update my title just in case. Let's see, Final Fantasy XIV. No? Alright. Maybe that was just like a one-day thing. Maybe you had to sign up for it. I don't know. Anyway, we're playing some more Final Fantasy XIV, doing the Dawntrail MSQ tonight. Picking up right where we left off. We're about 4 hours in to the MSQ, and yeah, that's about it. We're playing our Black Mage, trying to get through the story so I can actually unlock the new content, start diving into that. Maybe I'll do some dailies today. That is to say, maybe I'll do some of my dungeons with the roulette. Jump on my Sage, do some healing. Very quick queues. You know, you gotta help out your Pictomancers and your Vipers, right? Because they're clogging up all of the roulettes right now. All right. Without further ado, let me go ahead and get started for the evening. Let's fire this up. Pause this, change scene, and we're off. All right. Here we go. So like I said, we got through about 4 hours of the MSQ last night, which is what, like 1/100th of the dialogue in the game right now? So we have another 3 more months to go. We should be reaching right around the end of the expansion. All joking aside, it has really been very dialogue heavy. This expansion so far has been very dialogue heavy. I got one quest where I had to kill 3 things, and I got to press some buttons. And that was fun. I enjoyed that. I'm a simple guy. I like pressing DPS buttons and watching those numbers pop up. Okay. So we're off back to Tuliolal. I was working on my Black Mage earlier today, trying to figure out where exactly I'm going to put my new flare button. The new big flare. Flare star. Where does this go? Because this is assigned, this is something you have to have on your action bar. I don't have an extra spot for it. So maybe I put it here. Empyrean Potion goes away. And becomes Shift Mouse 4. For better or worse. Why not? Let's see. Boom. Boom. Let's go. We just finished doing the part of the quest that has to do with the little guys that are traders. And now we are going to help out. Not the Vanu Vanu, but the Hanu Hanu. Is that what this is? Okay. Where are we going? Speak with Wuklamot? She's all the way over there. Alright, so, like many other expansions before this one, you get two options at the beginning, and then when you're done with the one, you have to do the other, so here we are. Are we all ready to leave? Yep. Open the way, she says. Well, the way looks pretty darn open to me. Oh, that one guy just was standing in our way? That's it?
Kosamauka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Zamauka. Okay, well here we are.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
Yeah, obviously we need to spend some time admiring the surroundings before we can actually get to the story.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before.
Every time she says she's not going to do something, it invariably happens. She does that thing. So I can't wait to see what happens here.
Okanu isn't much farther.
Oh, wait. Okay. Hello, Kryl. Oh, look at that guy. The hell? He's like a giant green Sasquatch. He's a onion. I mean, a koala. And as usual, I'm sorry, but I cannot stop the talk. I have to go click on the Aetheryte Crystal before I do anything else. It must happen. She did fall in the bog. Unbelievable. It was off screen. I'm telling you, she's a klutz. Why did we agree to help her out again? Surely some of the other folks are like more capable. Hello, sir. Was that a greeting? Okay, so this is the Elector. This is a lot easier than the other place, where we actually had to, like, root him out. Enjoy the hospitality of our village. Is this the challenge? Is to agree to actually continue and not just sit there and eat food and drink and party for the rest of the competition? Gemstone vendor, okay. Vantage points. Yeah. Okay, now sit here and invest 15 seconds of your life watching this bar fill up. Okay, challenge completed. Nice job. Okay, so there was a storm, damaged some of their buildings, and invariably that's going to be the way that we help them, right? Okay, let's see. Bundled reeds. I have no idea what we're doing right now. We're looking around the city. You see, these guys are just fishing when they could be helping repair houses. Some ceremonial boat. Interesting. Is that Kona? Ooh. It's gonna be Wukalamat versus Kona this time.
No sign of Zorolja, or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu.
Hello.
I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne.
The gym leader. I see, thank you.
Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Repair our houses.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
Oh, thank goodness he arrived just in time. They arrived? It arrived?
You made it after all.
These guys?
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga.
Oh, Duke. Good evening.
In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We're about to find out. Chill out there. Wait and
We
see.
use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. but look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
She just wants some free labor.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
I can't believe it.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
This is exactly what I'm saying. Like, why would these guys in particular even bother doing any of this when they can wait for all the other people to do all these things instead and then beat them up and then take their keystones?
Oh, mercy me. You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts.
Uh-huh, right.
Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
Hey, Morlin.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
So what does she want them to do precisely? Make the harvest better magically? Just resolve the poor harvest? Pick reeds? What is it precisely that she wants? Okay, I guess he understands because he's just leaving. All right.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
What of Little Miss Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Ooh, those are fighting words right there.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Oh, please. I've killed things 10 times as scary as you, buddy. 100 times? 1,000,000 times.
Damn it, I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
That's right.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Hey, Dominic, thank you for the 3-stream streak. 3-stream watch streak. Congrats. I've fought gods who do not scare me. 100%.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
Not even close. Dominic, thank you for the compliments. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. Alright, let's go do something to the reeds. You're level 100 in fashion sense? Thank you. I appreciate that. So I wonder what Kona intends to do here. I feel like Bakul Jaja is just going to beat up Kona and take his stuff. This is a fishing spot. Investigate the fields of gold. Wilted reeds. Take his lunch money? I wouldn't doubt it. And honestly, I think I'd be okay with that. Lethargic frog? Oh, there's something in the water. It's poisoning the animals and the plants. It's a Marlboro. I'm salted. Some kind of weird exotic Marlboro. We've got to go fight it. I like the music in this area. I feel like it's much more fitting for Tuliolal than what Tuliolal's music actually is. Any obvious problems? Well, you see, obviously there's something wrong with the water. Come on. We need an alchemist. I'm a level 90 alchemist. Also, right here, I can just bust out my Alcalab or whatever it's called. Start testing some stuff. Hello, Napsy. You need to watch my stream for 3 hours for rewards? I think you need to just watch a stream. It doesn't necessarily need to be all at once, and it doesn't have to be the same one. That's how drops normally work. Now, this one might be different. I didn't see anything, like, I was looking at the drops list, and I didn't see anything to do with, like, this game. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what the conditions are. Normally, they're pretty upfront about that. But there's no... In my drops screen, there's nothing that says Final Fantasy XIV has drops. So I can't tell you what the details are. It's a mount. Got till the end of the month to watch for 180 minutes. Yeah, so you could... There you go. It just has to be 180 minutes of Final Fantasy XIV of any channel that is... that qualifies, which I'm pretty sure all of them do. I think they all have that. So you can watch any stream for 3 hours. And it can be cumulative. Railway says you have to watch this stream. This is the most important stream ever. Okay, well, I do agree with that. I would highly recommend that you watch this one. But you can watch any of the other ones if you want to. Despite my recommendation. Railway's math checks out, yes. Is Alfino just going to be remarkably small? I feel like he would have reached his growth spurt by now. Is this just as tall as he's going to get? Yeah, he's just tiny. Which, I mean, is fine, but... for an Elizin, I feel like he should be much bigger at this point. Isn't their mother also, like, tall, graceful, and elegant? She's like a supermodel. Their dad's like 8 feet tall. Giga Chad, but also a giant nerd. And then there's Alfino, who's like 5'5". Didn't inherit either of his parents' genetics for height. Where's Strawberry Sundays? We need somebody to actually go back and check out the cutscene so we can see, like, do a side-by-side of Alfino versus his dad and his mother. Wait, I can skip this? Really? Isn't this a cutscene where I'm supposed to, like, find the differences or something like that? Starts. Missing eye. Boom. Already figured that one out. Alfino and Alize are like Ash Ketchum. They're forever, like, 12 years old. That's exactly right. He's always 10 years old, and yeah, the entire time. Doesn't he eventually become, like, the world's best Pokemon trainer? He actually becomes the very best, like no one ever was. And then he retires or something, and he's 10 years old. 10 years old with 20 years of experience. Yeah, exactly. Shocking how that works. I love it. So our hypothesis, our current working hypothesis, is that we need to help them hold their festivals so that their crops come back to life. I'm not so sure I'm in with this. You think he won a Pokemon tournament recently? The world champion? It's more like 25 years? It was the mid-90s, right? So probably, yeah. Something like 25 to 30 years? It's an arcane focus. Is that really what we're getting here? Is that their boat is magical? You got the arc mount? Congratulations. You know what's great about drops? Is that I, as the broadcaster, do not get the drops for broadcasting the game with the drops. I have to watch someone else's stream for 3 hours to get the drops. You bought the collector's edition? Okay. Good for you. Can I watch my own stream on a tab? I don't know if that works. Let me see. If I open up my own broadcast in another tab, what happens? If I don't even see that I have drops enabled here. I'll just leave that open. We'll see how that works out. The thing is, I have my... So, the reason why I'm not so sure that works, the way you might expect, is on my dashboard, my streamer dashboard, I have an embedment, which is my stream that I can see. And I'm unsure whether or not that embed counts as a view, or if it counts as me watching my own stream. I have no idea. They're not very clear about that sort of thing. Gotta make sure that we ether current ourselves whilst we are riding around. Makes it a little bit easier later on when I have to go collect the rest of them. How big is this zone? Oh dear. Alright, so it's pretty big. Okay, so these are the... This is a city with a bunch of just... Seems like a... I don't know, merchant town? There's a lot of people of different races there. Ride my motorcycle up the stairs, here we go! Sounds good, Domina. Thank you for stopping by.
What do you want with me?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Right. The greeting.
Go on.
Oh, Kali!
Hey, cheers, Domina. Did she do it right?
Oh, Kali!
She needs to give it a little bit more oomph. Are they done?
Good. You brought your manners with you.
I feel like that was a handshake that went on for just a little bit too long.
When you know Kanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before.
Oh, yeah?
You're Wu Clement.
And?
Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wokevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette.
This guy needs to relax, just unwind a little bit. Oh god, no, stop.
Take up your axe and claim my impudent head!
I will not. Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
What is happening?
Alright then, consider it forgotten.
Alright, good, forgotten. Fantastic. Moving on.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you worked with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
Hey, Zozo.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
That's what that giant axe is for, cutting down trees.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
Relax.
I
Please.
told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit.
What is wrong with this guy? What? What's happening?
What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
You know, when we took this quest, if you had told me that our objective was eventually going to be to fix a magical boat so that they could grow their crops, I probably would not have believed you.
Well, maybe a little.
Right, exactly.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola, or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
Okay.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then. Let's get moving.
Just leave the mining to me. I've got Fire 4. I can blast some rocks, right? Like dynamite. Make it this super easy. So are they trying to fix the boat before us?
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihiana, you say?
Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out.
Hello, Sirac. Hello, Orenthane. Welcome.
The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
What's his plan? Is he going to let us fix the boat and then take the credit for it? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, back to the village. Southwest. I forgot to do my ether current. $465 yalms to the west? Wow. I feel like the ether currents in this zone are just nowhere near anything. Hello, Adam? Ruthenshire. Home to many deadly creatures. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Okay, we're actually gonna fight stuff. We're actually fighting stuff? Is that what's happening here? Possibly. I find it funny that these are actual mining locations. Okay, he said that there were dangerous creatures here, right? Why, thank you. Show the raw Apokisha to Linuhanu. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Did I just happen to get it right on the first try? How hard is it to get those horns you have on your character? I don't remember. Not very hard, I don't think. But I'm unsure which vendor has them. It might be the PvP one, although I think that those are actually the succubus horns. Yeah, once I'm out of this cutscene, I'll check. They are called the Archdemon Horns. I'm actually thinking you can buy those straight off the market board. If you'd like to know how you got into Final Fantasy XIV and how I got into Final Fantasy XIV and my history with the game, I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for a very long time. Since 2012 or so? Off and on. I kind of took a long break right around the Stormblood, middle of, I'd say the middle of Heaven's Word through to the end of Stormblood. Did a lot of raiding in the last raid tier, Stormblood. Did a lot of raiding all through Shadowbringers. And then didn't play Endwalker. Took a break there. Mostly focused on Black Mage content. Yeah. I find Black Mage to be a very fun class. They're from the Golden Saucer, 100,000 MGP. There you go. Snap them up. I'm a relatively competent Black Mage. Or at least I was in Shadowbringers. As I said, I didn't really play Endwalker. Nomusito, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great night tonight. Welcome, Raiders. If this is your first time here, I am the Sharply Dressed Man. We're playing some Final Fantasy XIV today. Hope you're having a great time. Enjoyed your stream. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How was your broadcast? How's Black Mage feeling so far? Very good. Very good. Far better than Endwalker. I was not a fan of Endwalker Black Mage. It's part of the reason why I decided to take a break right around then. So far, what I've seen of the Dawntrail Black Mage, it feels fantastic. So, for those of you that are just joining, we're playing through the MSQ right now. So the main story quests for Dawntrail, still relatively early in. I would say we're probably about 5 hours in. Still level 91, basically just started. What was up with Endwalker Black Mage? The AoE rotation felt very clunky in Endwalker Black Mage. The AoE rotation was not very good. Even though they put a lot of work into making it better, it was not good. It felt very disjointed because you didn't have enough charges of triple cast to really take advantage of your Fire 2 buff for the extra flares, particularly in light of when you had Mana Font up. So you left yourself in this kind of weird situation where you sometimes had to hard cast Flare. And hard casting Flare never feels good. Never. Never feels good to hard cast Flare. Because it's like a 3.5 second spell, right? So the AoE rotation was kind of weird. Endwalker Black Mage also encouraged a lot of bad habits by enabling people to use transpose in ways that would enable you to get more paradox casts, which is this instant cast spell that did a lot of damage, particularly in Umbral Ice phase. So there were some, we'll just call them peculiarities with the way that you played Black Mage that were only in Endwalker and were not, effectively did not. They were like opposite of the way that the game or the class is designed. So it encouraged you to have bad habits in your spell rotation. The AoE rotation felt clunky. I wasn't a fan of giving us more instant casts because I knew if we had more instant casts as Black Mages, that would mean that we would have to use them to move more often, which meant that their plan for bosses was more like, I would just say, less Black Mage friendly. And that was one of the aspects of playing Black Mage that I enjoyed, was being able to work around the restrictions of Black Mage in terms of their movement in creative ways with the bosses. And if they give us more movement abilities, that means that there's less chance that those things would actually apply to the new bosses that they're adding in the expansion. So all those things added up, it felt like a big step back for Black Mage for me. And in Dawntrail, there's a couple things that have remained. We still have, they also gave us a second charge of Sharp Cast, and I didn't like Sharp Cast as an ability in general. It's like, it was 2 charges, reduced cooldown, they wanted us to use it all the time. They basically improved everything about it. They got rid of Sharp Cast, it's no longer there. Firestarter and Thundercloud are basically baked into your abilities now, which is exactly the case as it was before. So that's a quality of life improvement. You no longer have to worry about these awkward situations where you're not in Umbral Ice phase long enough to get all of your MP back, because your MP is now tied to casting Umbral Ice spells. Your Astral Fire phase is now more structured, which I really like. It encourages good behavior, good practice with Black Mages. Basically, I could go on for like 10 minutes about all the things I like about Dawntrail Black Mage as compared to Endwalker Black Mage. And that's one of the reasons why I actually got back into the game, was I wanted to get back into that. Got the level 98 quests? Nice. They have a bad habit of reinventing the wheel for no reason. I understand with MMOs, you want to keep things feeling fresh, right? So you want to introduce just enough change to make things feel new and interesting, but not so much change that you break things. And Endwalker definitely broke things. It definitely broke things. And the response from the Black Mage community around the Dawntrail changes was mixed. To put it like very lightly, it was mixed. Basically, everybody hated it. I was thrilled because I saw this as a big improvement, and so far I'm loving it. And I can't wait to get to higher levels so I can actually get to my hands on the rest of it. We get bigger spells. We have like quality of life improvements, 3 stacks of polyglot. It's just on and on and on. Everything looks great. Okay. But to do that, I have to go through the quests. You're getting through the Dawntrail MSQ. I'll say, man, the MSQ for this expansion is very dialogue heavy. I've been doing the quests for 5 hours, and I've had one quest where I've had to kill things. Everything else is, you know, talk to these people, watch these cutscenes, click on this box, stuff like that. Which is fine, but it's... I want to press my buttons. You know, I want to attack things because I'm a black mage. I like blowing up stuff. How does Wooklamat like her emotional support black mage? She's thrilled. Thinks it's the best thing ever. And I mean, can you really blame her? Look at him. He's adorable. You know, that's probably intentional. If there's a similarity there, it's probably intentional. Yeah. Okay, so we're throwing a party to hopefully fix the harvest. We'll see what happens. We have to fix their magic boat. The person in the boat has to be Wooklamat. Yeah, Male Vieira. That's Aaronville. Aaronville is, I guess he's kind of like a guide. He's helping us find our way around. And he's obviously harboring some kind of dark secret, but we don't know what it is, and nobody has the guts to ask him about it. Okay, so we have to prepare for the parade with the now repaired magic boat. How much do you want to bet the magic boat actually works? And then Kona, the science guy, takes credit for the improvements. Is there a best race for a black mage? No. All the races are the same. So you can pick anything. There used to be race specific stats a long time ago. Back when the game was very new. But it's been a long time since that was the case. His dark secret is that he's addicted to exposition. Everybody in this game is addicted to exposition. Alfino, Alize, especially those two. Oh my god. Urianger, he takes it to a whole other level. That was it? Someday I'll get to use my spells. Although I guess, you know, I shouldn't be complaining. Beggars can't be choosers, right? If I get to attack things for a little bit, that's better than not getting to attack things. When do you get to use your buttons? It's really good. When I am enjoying this game the most when I am pressing buttons. Yes. If I'm in a dungeon or if I'm, you know, if I'm healing or tanking or whatever, if I'm engaging with the job that I'm currently playing, that's when I'm enjoying the game. The storyline's great, but it's not why I play the game. Do I have great gear? Not the best. It's not the best gear. I mean, it's okay. Generally speaking, monsters like this are not gonna... They're not intended to be... Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't just passively regen anymore when I'm in Umbral Ice. They're not intended to be a challenge. Like, these types of monsters are not intended to be a challenge. The bosses and the dungeons and the, you know, the solo trials and things like that, those are intended to be a challenge. These guys are like, yeah, it keeps you interested just long enough. Get to press your buttons once or twice, then the battle's over. In MMOs, leveling is the tutorial. Yep. Is that Quetzalcoatl? It's my favorite boss in-game. That's a tough question. I think my favorite boss in the game is the Extreme Trial Innocence EX. I love that trial, it's so good. It's not even a savage, it's like not even some of the hard content. But what I liked about that trial was the mechanics were interesting, the boss art looked great, the music was really, really good, and you could do it in like 6 minutes, right? A lot of the fights in this game are 15 minutes long. 10 plus, we'll just say 10 plus minutes long. I think 15 is on the high end, but it's like 10 plus minutes long. So it was a good length.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
It was a good length, and it had interesting stuff, and it was nice to look at, and it sounded pretty. So it had a lot of stuff going for it. There's a lot of savage fights that I'd say are pretty up there. They're interesting, but I don't want to equate difficulty with like novelty, you know, or with quality. Let's just say that. I don't want to confuse difficulty with quality. You love the Heavensward Dragon boss on the bridge? That's an interesting fight.
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Yeah, it's a Ronso. In this game, they're called Hrothgar.
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Zero hesitation. Okay, well, if you insist.
I put everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
Ooh. Ooh.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Don't worry, the cavalry is here.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you'd like.
He's the only guy that has his eye on the prize, right? Let everybody else do the work. Take the credit. Sure, why not? They didn't specify anything about doing it all yourself.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Ah.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh?
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
Why would she be dying?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to end up being one of the first big bosses that you
Yes.
fight.
Yes, we are.
If I had to guess. He seems like he's going to be, like, right around, say, 93, 94. He's going to be a boss that we fight. Is my guess. Like, he's big and strong, but he's not diabolical enough to end up being the big bad guy. Basically what I see is we've got 3 candidates for being the big bad guy and the other 3 contenders for the throne. And I think one of them is going to end up being an ally, one of them is going to end up being the big and bad guy, and the other one's going to end up being the speed bump along the way. Want a good damage dealer in magic and strength. Yeah, it's gonna be an 8-person party. If it's what I'm thinking of. Use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words Ohokali to greet the Okanu villagers. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't give us an emote to use. Oho Kali. Did that not work? Do I have to capitalize it? As far as I can tell, yes. Uh-oh. It's case sensitive, oh god. 8, yes, 8 people. So there's, in this game there are a couple different types of content, like the dungeons are 4 people. The extreme trials and the normal raids and things like that are, and the normal trials are all 8 people. Then there are the alliance raids, and those are 24. And the alliance raids are much, much more casual than the other content. Yeah, the music in this area is really fun. I like it. I was a little surprised by the music choice in the primary city. The primary city is this like big, exotic looking locale, very tropical. And the music that they chose is this jazz music with saxophones. And I was like, what? What is happening? There's just such dissonance between the location and the music they chose for it. It's weird. It is weird, yes. It's not bad music. I want to make that clear. The music is good. I enjoy it. It's just, it doesn't seem like a good fit.
So few have come.
Oh.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
I'm curious to see how the magic boat works, you know?
Right. Off we go.
What is it that makes the magic boat help their crops.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest, but this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival!
Wait a minute. It was a team effort, okay? It wasn't just her that saved the festival. I helped too. I feel like Wuklamat is just getting all the glory and credit here.
Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out! But do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Unreal. What am I watching? I agree, yes. I think that's exactly what happened, Ornthane.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Yeah, there's races and people that they have to introduce, relationships they have to establish, context, world building.
Well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again.
It's basically ARR.
We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
It's structured very similarly too. They have to introduce you to the area and all of that stuff. It's just so the pacing seems a little bit weird.
We've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Because we're all used to like Shadowbringers and Endwalker, where all of that has already been established, and it's much more focused on events and driving the narrative forward. So my expectation for Dawntrail's story progression is actually rather low. I think that they're going to do something interesting towards the end, but the hook is going to be like right at the end of the story. It's intended to keep you interested for the next 10 years, right? So they have to lay all that groundwork first. You're thinking airship? Oh, maybe. Maybe they should have allowed people to be confused more.
For you are about to bear witness to the true
Maybe.
glory of Ihihana.
What is happening? So the magic boat is like a spirit bomb. We're gonna spirit bomb the crops back to life? Hell yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
So did they not realize that not doing this was gonna have negative impacts? I feel like this is quite obviously magic. Quite obviously related to the health of their crops. So when they were confused about why their crops are dying, this didn't occur to them? Is it gonna shoot laser beams out of its eyes?
Then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Incredible. Oh my god. Amazing. And just like that, problem solved, right? So we're gonna get credit for that, right? It's not going to be Kona or the other guy that just swoop in and say that they did it?
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
Did they not ever put that together? It's quite obviously doing something magical related to the crops. And they're just like, yeah, you know what? We just didn't realize.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
World building, exactly. I feel like this is going to be foreshadowing for something later. Much like the Spirit Bomb, we're going to have to borrow the life essence from all of our friends and use it to vanquish the final enemy, whatever that ends up being. Yeah, it's Wook Evu and Wook Lamont. Exactly. Maybe, Adam. I don't know. That's a great question. It sounded like they do this sort of thing regularly, so the fact that they just didn't understand what was happening. He was obviously like, he's the, what was it, the ceremony leader? It sounded like it was something they do yearly. So he seemed to understand what the importance was and how to go through the ritual. So it seemed like he had already done it before, so I just assumed that everybody else had already seen this. And I mean, it's, like I said, it's pretty obvious what's happening. To become the Lich King? There we go. I'm not opposed to that.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
Give it some time.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognize the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Again, I don't know how you would possibly let that happen when the effect is so obvious. It's so correlated directly with the actions. But okay, I get it.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
So what's this? One drop of whatever that is.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Well, that's pretty incredible. Nice job. The giant laser llama. Yeah, exactly. The laser llama.
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
Thank you, Alfino, for the explanation. Appreciate that.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
Yeah, which allies is he talking about? Is it Urianger?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wuklamart. It achieved the same result.
I feel like his approach is far more effective. I mean, maybe not effective. Efficient? The same effectiveness, but way more efficient.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
Oh.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Okay, 2 down, 5 to go. Beautiful.
5 more to go.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
Third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season.
You see, I'm telling you, Kona doesn't need to be in charge. He just needs to have, like, a job, where his job is to introduce these new technologies and make people's lives better.
As Dawn Servant, of course.
Of course. Obviously.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now.
Dawn Servant Wuklamart.
Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
Did you see the size of the throne the guy was sitting on at the beginning? There's no way. I mean, she'd be so tiny sitting on that thing. They have to make a tiny, like an itty bitty little throne just for her right next to it.
These are interesting times indeed.
Clearly for storyline, but not a great plot to feel like we made a difference. Yeah, exactly. What about this guy?
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
There we go.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
I wonder how the other guy is going to do at this challenge. Because he's all about... He's even more into just achievement through strength than that two-headed guy is. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. Ripe for the offering. So, what is this? It unlocks something. Oh! It unlocks a ether current, obviously. Gather the votive fruits. Okay. Well, I can do that. Ether currents for days. Right of the winds chosen? I feel like it's probably best to do all these now. We're gonna have to do them eventually. So I'm not opposed to just taking a little break to go off and do these little quests to unlock the ether currents. Okay, so what is this one? Right of the winds chosen. We'll pick that one up too. Gameplay, yeah, buddy. One monster. Encountered incidentally while trying to pick fruit. Oh, this is the beginning of the big quest line for this area. You can tell because it has the little banner on it. That was a big fireball? Thank you. Yeah, I pride myself on the size of my fireballs. Alright, let's see. Turn this in, speak with Lanuhanu. Deliver the votive fruit to Lanuhali. Survey the location. What? Is that over here? Survey the location this way? It's inside of the city? Okay. It's right there. What am I surveying precisely? Look at that high-def armor. Yeah, it does look cool, and the reason why it looks cool is because it has actual textures that are not pixels. I hope this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of cool-looking armor and armor sets that come from the Dawntrail and beyond after the graphics update. I think the new graphics options also help make it look better. So there's that too. But I still want to see them push it a bit further. Wait, what? The hell? Okay, I guess I have to go all the way over there to turn this quest in. Why? That's so far away. There's not even anything over there. There's no cities or anything. It's just in the middle of nowhere. You ready for an MMO that wows you with the theme plus the graphics? Yeah, I've been ready for a while for that. I thought New World was going to be that MMO for a long time. Because New World was super, super pretty. It's gorgeous, right? It's really fun to play. But the story is like very, very last minute. But, oh god. It's missing some things. It's really missing some things. It looks great, but it kind of falls apart in the end game. It is very fun, yes. I like it a lot. But I keep thinking about playing some more New World, and I keep realizing I've done everything in that game that I want to do. The story sucks, and the actual endgame systems are not good. Yeah. Yes. Basically, that's everything that's wrong with New World. Everything else aside from that is like top tier. It just suffers from those two things, which are important for long-term player retention. Now go back. New World had so much potential, they let it fumble hard. They did. They did. I was big into it. I played it for days. I did multiple back-to-back-to-back 16-hour streams when New World was first released, and I was into it, man. I was really into it. I had like something like 1,200, 1,300 total hours in that game. And at some point, it's just, you're just done. You've done all the hard content, doesn't really have any kind of staying potential. And I feel like that's okay to some degree. It's okay to be done with a game, but an MMO should continuously be fresh. It should refresh itself. That's like why they exist. And it's been too long, I think, between the last time I played it and the last time it felt really fresh. The colorful forest? Brightwood? I think Brightwood might be what you're talking about. Although Brightwood was not super colorful. There was a part of it that was. Alright, level 92. Let's go. Time to go on to feat number 3 of 7. We're almost halfway there. Oh, Eden Grove. Yeah, Eden Grove was the... Yes. Yeah, very, very colorful. They, like, cranked up the saturation in that zone. So all the colors really stood out. It was extremely vibrant. I didn't play Shadowlands. I played like the beta, so I got through part of the leveling experience, but I didn't really get into that expansion. Hello, Strawberry. Strawberry, I have a question for you. How tall, relatively speaking, are Alfino's mother and father? Because we were having this conversation earlier that Isn't Alfino supposed to be, like, I feel like he should have had his growth spurt at this point. Is this just as tall as he's ever going to get? Alfino is just a short little guy? Forever? Because I thought his mother was like a supermodel. His father's a Giga Chad. So I would expect him to be like this gigantic guy. So, yeah, who knows? We'll see, I guess. It just feels like he should have matured a bit more by now. He's just a late bloomer, that's all. Are they aging? Well, they're Elizin, so I guess they age more slowly than other races. They definitely look different than they did 10 years ago. High Thunder. Hey, nice. And High Thunder too. Ooh. Thunder Mastery 3. So what's the difference between Thunder and High Thunder? It just does more damage? Yeah. Speak with Ropley. Okay, when I said 10 years, I meant real time, not in-game time. Over the course of ARR and Endwalker, it's all in a time bubble of 1 year? Is it really just 1 year? What? Wow, I thought it was far longer than that. It feels like the events of Stormblood alone would be a year's worth of time. Yeah, I've seen this guy before somewhere. He was on the ship. He was on the ship. I talked to him on the boat. Yoshida said we're in a time bubble, so the Halloween and Christmas events every year, they don't canonically exist. Okay, that really hurts my brain. So, yeah, we're saying that Stormblood took place over the course of like 2 months? Okay, that was weird. He just ran away? What's wrong with this guy? Hello, Source Pleb Snacks. Welcome. At least would build a nation in 2 months. Yeah, our Warrior of Light is dealing with some issues, as evidenced by the Dark Knight questline. I feel like the Dark Knight questline is one of the key quests in this game. I would absolutely recommend that people play. Like, just play through it and enjoy it, because it's really, really good. And quite memorable at the same time. It's almost on the same level as like the Tyrion Forgery quests from vanilla World of Warcraft, you know? You run across them in Eastern Plaguelands and you help them go through this like really long quest, or I forget exactly what happens. I think you end up defeating the Scarlet Crusade or something like that, and it's just eventually it's really, I don't know, it's really long, and it kind of like shapes your quests, your whole experience in that part of the game. How are the Black Mage changes? Delicious. Delightful. Delectable. Devastating. I love them. I think they're great. I think the Black Mage is in the best place it's been since Shadowbringers. That's to say, I feel like this iteration of Black Mage is probably the best one I've had so far. It's much better. Where is this guy? Can't believe they made the search area so big for this. And the Eden stuff, yeah, exactly. All the Eden things that happened. The questline is so popular, the writer was chosen to write Shadowbringers? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and Shadowbringers I thought was very well written. I don't know what happened with Endwalker. Because I thought it was the same team that did Shadowbringers also did Endwalker, but I feel like Endwalker was just such a... It wasn't nearly as well told as Shadowbringers. And that might have been because they had to like wrap up a bunch of storylines that they didn't write. And like Shadowbringers was basically like a vignette. And it was a really self-encapsulated story. So there's a lot more creative freedom. Whereas Endwalker took with it a lot of this historical baggage from all of the other expansions that they've ever released. I'm undeserving of attention. Why is this guy playing so coy all of a sudden? Don't ask me to explain. Well, now we have to ask you to explain. You'd best explain. He was a goldsmith in Ul'dah, and then he made mediocre jewelry? Okay, great. Trying to comprehend exactly the point of all this is. Endwalker spent a lot of time wrapping up all of the dangling threads from the previous expansions. Yeah. Yeah, they had to wrap it all up, which is a pretty monumental undertaking. Okay, bye. Well, that was fun. What a weird guy. Speak with Fontaine. I'm okay not talking to this guy. Do they make it rain more often in this game so people will use their umbrellas more? It kind of feels that way. Is he applying for a job? Alright, you can do this, buddy. You've got this. Can you start tomorrow? Wow. Just like that. Doesn't even look for, like, evidence of workmanship or an example of prior work or anything like that. Just hires him on the spot. Damn, that is insane. Okay, now that we fixed her axe and got this guy a job, it's time to go. Where are we going? This isn't a voiced cutscene? Are you serious? We're taking a boat. Isn't that the boat that we fought Leviathan on? Yes! We're gonna have our boat pulled by manatees. This is awesome. Like a boat chariot. This is exactly the kind of adventure I was looking for. Another boat. Don't worry, by the time this is all done, Wukalamat will have overcome her seasickness. I feel like between a boat and a balloon, I'm more okay with the boat. I knew it. It was Urianger. Thancred and Urianger are here too. They just kind of decided to be here. Okay. So this guy can't end up being a bad guy, because Thancred and Urianger are helping him out. And therefore, he's going to become an ally, and eventually become an Archon, right? That's my guess. Oh my god, this is great. Thancred basically just told Alize that he's gonna beat her up if he needs to. But unfortunately, we have the Warrior of Light, therefore you all automatically lose. It's a real beaut of a manatee. It's an absolute unit, yeah. World built. Yep. 100%. Okay, now we know that the other Archons are here. Oh my god, yes, they're... okay, yes, I get it. We'll all help each other out. Yes, that's great. Can we continue now? Hello, Theo. Do I like Black Mage? Yeah, it's fantastic. I was in love with it from the first time I actually went through a rotation. It's basically everything I was hoping it would be. It's everything that Black Mage was in Shadowbringers, but better. And it's nothing of what Black Mage was in Endwalker, which was silly. It was a very silly period of time. Oh, we get to do a dungeon. Uh-oh, here we go. You miss Enhanced Flare? No. Enhanced Flare made the AoE rotation really weird. Now instead of Enhanced Flare, you get another Flare. I think I like having one more flare than Enhanced Flare. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm better with that. Is she tanking? She's an Intrepid. An Intrepid, a Sage, and a Pictomancer. Does Intrepid mean that she can do more than one thing? The gameplay is, like, faster, more satisfying, you do more damage. Mana font feels more effective. She's the flex. Can she heal? I want to see Wuklamot heal somebody. I'm glad you feel that way, Strawberry. Yes, I agree. Yes, follow me around, everybody. Here we go. Whoops.
mustn't hold back.
Still.
SMH for not putting drops enabled on my channel? I didn't know if I had drops. I'll be honest, I didn't know if I had drops or not. That's why I didn't do that. When I went to the drops chat, like the drops portion of my dashboard, there was nothing there for Final Fantasy XIV. So I wasn't sure if I actually had drops or not to advertise. You're sad they nerfed Warrior AoE? Did Warriors need more AoE? Is that what you're saying?
There.
It took 20 potency off of all of your AoE moves. Oh, man. That's actually a shame.
We mustn't hold back.
That's actually a shame. High Thunder looks pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. Is Kryl melee? What is she doing? You've got an experience boost meal set times 10, so you assume drops are on. Yeah, I think I can assume they're there. But I don't want to assume they're there. The reason why I assume they're there is because my stream has the viewer rewards tag on it, which I never put. I didn't put that on the channel. So usually, if something like that appears, it's a pretty good assumption
I have you.
that you're broadcasting a game that has drops, even if it's not like 100% advertised. But they're supposed to put all of the drops that are enabled for everybody in your drops, like summaries page. That's why I expected to find it there. So I was really confused. I was like, well, maybe not everybody gets these drops. Maybe this is just for certain people that are streaming Final Fantasy XIV. But yes, it is, I think, for everybody. You gotta put it in the stream. Best drops. Best drops, get them right here. Get them while they're hot. You can change my title, Strawberry. So would you mind changing it to include that there are drops here? Oh, is that the first boss over there? It's a floating land manatee? This is great. You have to redeem a code? Is the code useful for other people? I have no idea. I don't know how that works. I keep forgetting I can't use Thunder unless I have a charge of Thunder Head.
Back off.
Wow. Look at that guy. god. That was pretty wild. Piece of crap. Did you just summon his homies? Wasn't expecting that. Oh, now I have to kill his homies. Alright, we got that. We got that. No problem.
Now I'll show you.
The land manatee. I like the fact that Paradox is instant cast in Astral Fire now. It makes Astral Fire so much more comfy.
This should do it!
So much more flexibility in Astral Fire. Having a permanently instant cast Fire 1, ooh, that's good. That's really good. Black mages hate manatees? Find out why? Exactly. This is it. I keep trying to press Sharp Cast, but I recall that I don't need to. Why did you drag these guys over to me? You're having issues with Thunderhead? What kind of issues are you having with Thunderhead? Oh, seeing the button and pressing it, yeah. I gotcha. Hey, Rune, thank you for those compliments. Appreciate that. You think it's the old Thunder proc? Yeah, I think what gets me is you can't directly cast it now. You can't directly cast Thunder. You have to have a proc of Thunderhead to get it. You like how this dungeon looks? It's very pretty. They did a nice job. How much before I can play any class I want instead of completing the challenge? I can already play any class I want. I'm not challenging myself to play Black Mage. I want to play Black Mage. I think that answers your question. Alright, sounds good, Theo. Have a great night. See you next time. You have to use Blizzard 4, not an AoE to get mana back. You can use Freeze. Freeze functions the same way. You jerks. not in AoE. Blizzard 4 not in AoE. Yes. You want to use Blizzard 4 not in AoE. You cast Blizzard 3, and then you cast Blizzard 4, and you have all of your MP back. So, it's actually quite nice. Although, I'm still kind of confused as to how I'm supposed to fit triple cast into this whole thing. It's like, I can cast 2 flares, but I can instant cast 3 spells, so do I triple? What do I triple? What's the 3rd spell in the triple? I think generally speaking, it works well when you have like Mana Font. If you have triple cast, Mana Font, and Swift Cast up, then you get 4 flares, and it fits pretty nicely. But when you don't have Mana Font up, you only get 2 flares. So, what the heck? Is it Fire 3? Well, you should be using High Fire 2. I mean, maybe you triple High Fire 2 to get into... I don't know. It would normally not suggest that because it's already fast anyway. So, yeah, maybe in this case that's actually just the best thing to do. Because there's no other real use for it. Does Mana Font give you enhanced flare? It does not give you enhanced flare. It just gives you back your Umbral Hearts. It's like, Mana Font is basically if you went through a Umbral Ice phase by pressing a button. You press the button and you've gone through your Umbral Ice phase. You're ready to go back into your Astral Fire. You have all of your mana, you've got your Umbral Hearts back, you have your little thingamabobber for Paradox, it all comes back. Flare Star? Don't dance on me. Invigorates the roots. What? I made them huge. Okay. Oh god. Yeah, you're right. That must be the 3rd cast. So, oh yeah, you do flare, that's right, you do flare, flare star. Yes, that's exactly it. That's a great point, Theo. You're right. The reason why I'm confused about it right now is because it's not supposed to work. It just doesn't work. Okay. Okay. At level 92, your rotation is not yet set. That's, I guess, to be expected. Flare gives you 3 of the new gauge, yep. Yeah. 6 stacks. So you do flare, flare star. Easy.
Now I'll show you.
Are we LB? Why are they talking all of a sudden? This is the first dungeon. Yep. Sure is. Black Mage AoE seems like less of a puzzle now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you actually taking out enhanced flare makes the Black Mage rotation for AoE super simple. And it's flare focused and really good. Now, I mean, at this point, like I said, it's kind of confusing because it's like I've got this third charge of triple cast, but eventually it all comes together. Which is really counterintuitive, but it's the way it works. And it works really well. It's nice, but weird not having to rely on orbs for generation of mana. I like the fact that now my mana comes back after one spell cast. I don't know if that's intentional, but man, it feels good. It's basically your Umbral Ice phases are like 3 seconds long, as opposed to what they were before. Flare Star is an AoE. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So it's just Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4. And that's your entire Umbral Ice phase. Perfect amount of time to get Thunder back. Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, man. It feels so much more well put together. And it's funny because in order to do that, they had to take away some things that I think most people would be like, why are you doing that? It's a nerf, but it's not actually a nerf. It's a buff, because in order to take advantage of the things that they gave you before, you had to play the class in a way that didn't work well. So, I like it. I think it's good. I'm enjoying it so far. It's going to take a little bit of practice. I mean, there's some things that I really need to get used to, like Thunder not being castable. Thunder not being a direct cast spell is really catching me off guard. Do I have to transpose here to give myself Thunder? I do. If I transpose, I get myself Thunderhead back. Is my camera freaking out? I don't know. Is my camera freaking out? My camera looks okay to me. I'm looking at it both in my, like the actual camera and on my screen. It looks alright. Yeah, it looks alright. Just doing that focus in and out thing. Okay. That helps. I don't know.
Now I'll show you.
Possibly? Is it in focus now? Well, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I don't know what that would be caused by. Hasn't happened since the brief moment. Seems good now. Okay, good. That's good. I've seen it do that before, so I don't think it's just you. So thanks for letting me know. There's not a lot I can do about it. I mean, I hope it's fixed. Seems it did happen. Right, yes, because it's the camera. So, yeah, like I said, I have seen it do that before. So, hopefully it's fixed. There's not a lot I can do about it. Let me know if it happens again. Apollyon? What a name. Wild beasts immersed within their territory? Where have I seen this before? He's gonna kill them and turn them into weapons. Beating on the beasts has strengthened Apollyon's wind beats. Wing beats. Alright, well.
There.
Melees hate him. Find out why. Exactly. This is why, right here. And Hymaton. So if I do this, and then I go back into Umbral Ice, that gives me back my Thunderhead proc.
Hold still.
Strengthened his scything forearms? Oh god. Tank Buster time? So now instead of going back here, I could have just retraced my ley lines over there once I get that ability. What's going on? Dude, this sucks. What is happening? Are they just standing in a safe spot every time? Yeah, they are, actually. Heal me, please. I feel like I'm in Astral Fire like 90% of the time. Nice job. So, did we win? Did we win the race? I mean, we obviously beat the bad guy. So, that's good. Nice job, team.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Hey! Everyone all right?
So they fixed the boat. We didn't actually need to do that dungeon. Is that what I'm gathering here? We didn't have to do that dungeon? We should have just stayed with the boat and fixed it? Why'd we even get off the boat? I don't know. Like, what was the whole point of that dungeon? Can't he just magic away her nausea? Is that beyond his healing capability? Stabilize her ether or whatever. Apparently magics can't do that to physical related things, I see. Leaning on others is a skill all leaders require. That's right. Et tu, Brute? I almost feel like, this is going to sound weird, but I almost feel like we don't spend enough time in Umbral Ice. I think we need to cast one more spell. Doing Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, and that's your Umbral Ice phase, then you're right back into casting Fire 4. It feels almost a little bit too imbalanced. I like casting fire spells, don't get me wrong. But there needs to be a... It almost doesn't feel as special as it was before. It's like, now I'm in my burn phase, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pull everything up. Feels like I'm always in my burn phase. Yoshida's bias for black mages, that's right. This is it. This is why I play the chosen class. Oh, we're on the other side of this map. Interesting. Okay. Forgot to click on the Aetheryte crystal, and this is what happens. We get sucked right into a
I've been
cutscene.
meaning to ask, but
Now I have to wait.
how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
Well, he adopts you. That's basically how that works.
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal.
Good job on not dying.
I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise.
Why is Aaronville standing over here by himself? Too cool for school. Right? There's even a place for him, but he's like, nah, I'd rather be over here leaning against this wall for some reason.
For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life. yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
You can't measure your worth by the success of others. Boom. Saying it again because she didn't listen the first time.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying.
Finally.
My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers.
They kind of do, because if one of your brothers wins, then basically you said that the entire nation is going to turn into like some kind of weird evil empire, so it's kind of something to do with him. Just a little bit. Maybe.
It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something.
Okay, look at the size of this cup compared to Kryl and her head specifically. This is like the equivalent of her drinking coffee out of a bucket. Like, what is this? They couldn't find a smaller piece of, like, flatware for her?
To hear the voices of others,
It is
empathize
enormous.
with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
You could dunk her in that cup.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses.
She's gonna die from drinking too much caffeine, is that what you're saying?
Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well.
There you go, Strawberry. Yeah, congrats on completing the story.
Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Do you think Kona has the same conversations with Thancred and Urianger? He's like the Sphinx. Why so mysterious? Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp... Oh, we're about to find out what kind of conversation they have.
Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
This book is upside down.
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye, but we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Just her? What about everybody else? Come on.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Isn't that cute?
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates. The head of the students of Bardesian.
I hadn't noticed, Strawberry.
And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us.
I barely noticed the graphical update, I'll be honest. It looks, I mean, things look nice. But, I would need a side-by-side to really tell the difference.
Not that I have any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray.
I mean, look at this. This is obviously a pre-graphic update piece of armor, right? Woof. Look at that texture.
Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity.
Whose tone sounded off? I honestly didn't notice.
Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think.
Oh, God.
Will help you refine that approach.
Stop, please. No, gosh. Ugh. No, 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 no.
But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Rianges. Meanwhile, with the first promise, we get to see what he's doing for dinner. We're all in the same village?
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn Servant.
God, this guy's like alpha peak bootlicker.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing.
What did they agree on?
Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, Everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception.
Ooh, this is dark.
What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
Earlier with the cool Jaja. Wait, so he had to kill the same thing too? There were more than— oh no, he found the dead
for
thing.
a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all.
No, wait, so there was more than one?
I wonder if the house cat is dead yet.
Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that?
We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
So is he gonna abdicate as soon as he wins?
That would surely please Mother and Father.
Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city.
Oh, never mind. I take it back. Not very convincing for your followers, yeah.
Fine idea. Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle.
Yeah, what are your policy choices that you're gonna make once you become the leader? Oh, I haven't really thought about that. Nothing, I guess.
But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
Uh-oh.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
You better keep up, buddy. Ooh. A little cutthroat. A little vicious, right? Ooh. Not very caring for the people that have sacrificed so much for his success. Okay, we can go back to that dungeon. Great. Now we're heading off to Earthenshire. Many fires. Earthenshire. I should have expected those were goblin type names. Alright, off we go. The alpaca keep. Oh god. What's that thing? A widowmaker? Oh dear. It's like a giant anteater. A bipedal anteater. Actually, it's moblins. It's mablins. Actually. Pushing up my glasses. Streamer? You're saying the name wrong. You're using the wrong word. Yeah, I get it. Aha! They got the freebie ether current. You were triggered listening to a radio host say Kamehameha or Kamehameha. I learned to say it, pronounce it as Kamehameha. But I know a lot of folks pronounce it Kamehameha or whatever. Kamehameha. Man, saying it like that is just crazy. Okay, Earthenshire. Here we are with the moblins, not goblins. Kamehameha? Kamehameha. Oh my god. Yes, that's my favorite. Include letters that aren't even in the word in the pronunciation. The Kamehamehas. Well, at least they talk like the other goblins. The storm dropped rocks on our brain cases. What? Why am I giving her the side eye so hard? What's up with that? Moblins. Gum flaps. Something something. I could use a nap. Yes. I have to recharge all of my Black Mage power. Never mind, I only need 2 seconds to do that to cast Blizzard 4, then I have all my MP back. I was gonna say, the place looked like it was pretty run down. But, I mean, who could anticipate rocks falling on your brain cases? Alright, what have we got here? The alpaca keep, obviously. Click on that guy. Rack a rock. Click on that guy just a second. I've never once in this game used a chocobo keep. Maybe once 12 years ago. Before I even had a chocobo. Possibly. But even then, I'm not sure if I did. '93. Making progress. 2 levels a night seems pretty like a pretty good pace, I would say. If we can continue 2 levels a night, we'll be done with the expansion next week sometime. What? Why is he the only one in here? Okay, inspect the work pot and deduce what Kahi might need to improve his working conditions. How about eating food? That's a really good looking meal, by the way. What is that? It's like shakshoka? Worn tools. He needs new tools. And he's very, very hot. Yeah, it looks like shakshoka, which honestly is delicious. Oh man, this sounds so good right now. Chat, I'm hungry. You've only had it once? Yeah, same. I think I've had it maybe twice. There was this place down, I used to live in Australia for a bit. There's this place just like a couple blocks away from where I was living that made just amazing shakshoka. It was rather expensive, and I didn't often have a chance to go do it, but it was so good. It was delicious. You love cooking? Nice. Glad to hear it's not that hard to make. Okay, we have to go get an air conditioner for the guy from somewhere else, so he's nice and cool in there, despite the fact that there's a furnace. I don't know why they don't just open a window. Or vent the heat some other way. You would think they'd be smart enough to invent air conditioning. Yeah, right, exactly. Or at least recognize that you need it. Right? That's part of the problem, is they didn't even know that they needed it. They just thought that they could have this giant furnace and this guy was going to work in there with it. With no ventilation, and it was going to be fine. This guy's like Charlian's biggest fanboy, isn't he? I just realized. He's Charlian's #1 fan. He wants to turn this country into Charlian, like Charlian #2, basically. The sequel. New Charlian, yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we're going off to find a drafty shard, to find the AC. Okay, I feel like a drafty shard is not going to be orange. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not it. Fiery orange crystal looks like the bad thing. Bright green. This might be it. Charlatan? Charlatan and charlatan. Here's the rock you're looking for. Clearly you recognized what you needed. You just didn't realize that you needed it, which is just so weird to me. Nobody like said anything about how hot it was in there? Not once? Kahi strikes me as the kind of guy... I don't even know him. Just looking at the way this quest is structured, he strikes me as the kind of guy who's not going to be satisfied with anything. He's going to be very grouchy that we even tried. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just really thankful. Well, look at that. It all turned out for the best. Okay, is the feat all done? Did we earn our gym badge? Is that gym badge number 3 out of the way? A plate! It's a lamp, apparently. It's an oil lamp. Oh, this was the pre-feat feat, that's right. We haven't even got to that point yet. You invented air conditioning? Yeah, that's right. Now you're in charge of everything. Congratulations. I mean, we didn't even invent it. We just got this little rock that has wind. They already knew of its existence and how to use it. So technically they invented it. I made it. Smile. Yeah. Exactly. I made this. Alright. Curious what this one's gonna be. Is it gonna be like, find us some bigger pots? These pots are too tiny. Find us something to protect us from the giant rocks. So, where are her brother? Or where's her brother and the other guy? The lizards. Speaking of which, there they are. Fantastic. Look, they caught up. We spent all that time, and all of a sudden, they caught up to us. I need a cool nickname like the Resilient Sun. Maybe something like the Sharply Dressed Man. What do you think? The Devils. Speak of the Devils, and both of them have appeared before us. Find a goldsmith? Wait, so isn't it kind of coincidental that we just met a goldsmith? If you'd like to wear glasses with your headgear, you can do that now. Yeah, I saw that. You have like a face wear slot. I did see that. If you want to give him some red shades to go with the coat, I'll have to give that some thought. I'm not sure which glasses would actually complement the outfit at this point. Hello, ZB Fraser. Yeah, there's Twitch drops, evidently. I wasn't exactly sure who had access to them, but it seems like everybody that streams Final Fantasy XIV does. Which is pretty great. Nice. Fantastic. I just wish they had told us about them. You don't know if they're tracking for you? Let me see. Apparently, watching my own stream, I have received 10 Aetheryte tickets, a code for 10 Aetheryte tickets, and a code for an experience boost meal set. So, seems like they're tracking, possibly. Maybe because you have to use a VPN? I don't know. I'm not sure where in the world they apply. Did I miss the mount whistle drop? I think you have to watch for 3 hours to do that. It says till January 29th. Yeah, it's quite a long time. It's just 3 hours to get the mounts. I'm pretty sure it's 180 minutes. And it can be any streamer. It's cumulative, so you don't have to watch the same one. It doesn't have to be like all at once. So it's a rather generous time frame. What is happening? Truth is, she gets really, really sick on boats, yet we noticed? Is this supposed to be some kind of weird confession? Look Lamau. Alright, good night, Arthane. Get some rest, I'll see you next time. Oh my god. With tears in her eyes. This is the sad cat meme. 100%. Oh, wow. I can't believe they did that. Alright, sounds good, ZB. Have a great night. Good luck on your drops. Godspeed. Feet of Pots. Is that Christ Valkyrie? You don't think this is tracking? I think you can check your... If you click on the little treasure chest, you should be able to see which drops you're working towards. I think? I know there's a way that you can see which drops you have and which ones you're working on. Turned off your VPN and it's stuck at 90%. Okay. You can only see the ones you've unlocked? Got it. So this guy goes from being a mediocre jewel or a goldsmith in Ul'dah to being the like foremost goldsmith in this pot town. Is that what we're saying here? Potville. Unbelievable. Wow. How the tides of fortune change. Oh. Very small thing. But I love when the mounts actually slightly pivot to the side when you turn. It's a nice touch. I don't recall them doing that before. Have they always done that? Like the motorcycle specifically will now like lean left and right. New with Dawntrail. Nice. It's a good touch. It's very subtle, but I noticed it. So that's it. Do. Okay. Great. He said yes. Shocking. Man, it's amazing. It's like we're making friends and allies. And influencing people. Aren't you that guy that makes those tacos? How about you make some more tacos? You have now access to role quests. Oh, hell. Role quests. Oh, man. Alright. Well, I guess I have to go at least accept it. so I can do that later. Okay. I'll just leave that where it is. I don't necessarily want to do that now. You get hungry for tacos every time you encounter him, right? Exactly. It's a sad situation. What's the matter with the hunt trains? There's so many instances. So there's a total of 48 hunt marks. What? Oh my... Wow. Well, at least you have plenty to choose from. This guy was a goldsmith for them for like 1 day. And now he's off to go do something else. Okay, well, off we go. To deliver their brand new Elysium. You may now unlock deliveries for Wakumeki Meki. Speak to Ropley. Alright, great. Deliveries. I love deliveries. I love getting delivery. Delivered tacos. That sounds fantastic. Does anybody else want some? Midnight tacos. The forbidden food. Yes, please. Alright, sounds good. I'll send some your way. I was the wrong place. Speak with the Sun Perch Guard. Oh, whoa. Okay. What's going on here? It's a very impressive palace. Lots of stairs. Right, the more stairs, the better. That's why ziggurats were so cool. Lots of stairs, they just pack them in. Hopefully it doesn't get all nasty and moldy by the time it gets here. No promises. Are you gonna fight me? Do you dare fight me? Am I gonna fight that other guy? Is it time for me to have my one-on-one with Kulul Jaja? This whole throne room is a boss arena.
Forgive me this sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
See that look of determination on Jacinta's face right there? I love it. Are you ready? Meteor!
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The lance wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland.
Yeah, you know, I've killed a god or two. You wouldn't understand those kinds of things. Save the universe.
Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won.
Saint of the Firmament. Master Caster. Black Mage Extraordinaire.
Are you warrior enough to stand against me?
I'm a Black Mage, not a warrior. Small point of detail right there, buddy. Let's get these things right. I'm not interested in fighting you.
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course.
The battle rage.
Expect no other mercies.
The battle rage is upon me.
Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales.
It's time to embrace your inner combat sexual. I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. Do.
Give it your all! I want to fight to remember!
Oh. Well then.
Let's test the waters.
Dual blows? Oh. Oh, I see.
They didn't even blink.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess I don't want to be standing in that thing.
I see you know the Viper style.
What are you talking about?
Let's see how you handle
I am not a Viper. What? I was clearly moving before any of that actually happened. Are you serious? It's gonna be the opposite now.
The spearman did not lie. Very well then.
Battle Breaker? What the hell's that? Oh, he's taking a break from the battle. Got it. Okay.
Resolve and Risen Kingdom.
I did unlock Viper, yes.
All right.
How did that hit me?
Did you think you had my measure? Take this!
Oh god. Oh god.
Just been holding up?
Brawl Ender? Oh, I see.
We're far from finished.
Are we? Are you sure? He's got copies of himself Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're fine. We're fine. It's almost time for him to start doing everything all at the same time.
No more holding back! Stay alert!
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. What does he got now? As I said, it's just time for him to do everything all at once. Wait, can I not put ley lines in mid-air anymore? No, we really have been nerfed. Uh-oh. That's fine. That's fine. We're okay.
Formidable.
Yeah. What did I tell you? God killer right here.
Now we'll see what you're truly made of.
No, my Enochian! Oh god. It's time for our battle of wills. You can't... There's no way you can overcome my spamming of power. Look at this. You see that?
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Yeah, you just... Everything all at once. Everything everywhere all at once. That's how these kinds of fights work. It's like one mechanic after another, and then they just throw them all together at the same time.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Ha 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 ha!
You know, it occurs to me that I'm wearing the wrong outfit. I don't think I have the right gear set on.
A confession. I said I crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here.
Oh? He's like, what are your intentions toward my daughter?
I had to judge for myself. If you were fit to attend my beloved daughter.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar La Mage's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliola, but a concerned father.
Uh-oh. What is your question, sir?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And your
Then
question?
tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of La Mage?
Well...
Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
She is young but has potential. She sucks. Awful. C tier.
A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. La Mage thinks she understands her many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne.
I'll just live forever.
As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and being loved in turn. Guide La Mage as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it.
Speaking of, there she is.
There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you.
I wonder why.
You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it.
If you think about the events, that guy's way above 100 years old. Yeah, he's gotta be.
You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries.
And I did the same.
You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
One by one. They all have to come and fight him.
Watch over her, champion.
Okay. Can do, boss. Dibs and Alize being the only one to fail? I think so, yeah. Should we try to use the limit break?
Are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galuf's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset.
Should we try to use the LB and stand in one of the AoEs and die instantly?
The other two, though. They dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
Boom. Do you want anything else from me? Just a sparring partner. I like how I'm starting off my relationship with Wukalamat by lying to her. That's great. That sends a really good message. Alright folks, it is 11:48. It's almost midnight. It's time for me to go to bed. That's it for night number 2 of Dawntrail's MSQ. I hope you had a good time tonight. I had a great time. Yeah, unfortunately I can't stream for 24 hours like some folks. I do have to work for a living. So there you go. I will be live again on Wednesday night, hopefully. I think so. So if you all enjoyed what you saw tonight, don't forget to follow the broadcast here on Twitch or subscribe over on YouTube, whichever one you like. I'm not picky. Alright? There are my socials right there. Twitter.com/SharpDressTV is my handle. There's the Discord. If you want to get involved in the community, that's the way you do it. And there is the YouTube channel for the rest of my content. Imagine working for money. You know? Sometimes you just have to work to earn a living. Unfortunately, I'm not yet at that point where I can subsist entirely off of my income from my immaculate video game streams. I got pretty close to partner back in 2019, but we'll see. We'll see. Someday we'll get there. Someday we'll get there. I'm working towards it. I'm always putting in 100%, so someday we'll get there. All right, folks. Like I said, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail MSQ. And I thank you so much for hanging out tonight. And look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. That's it. All right, everybody. I'll see you all then. In the meantime, folks, have a great rest of your night. Have a fantastic Wednesday. And I'll see you next time. Good night. Cheers. Take care.